Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. Let me put in my mic first. Okay. So today I will continue reading from the book by my guru, His Eminence, the 25th Sam Tuku Rinpoche. So this is the book that I'll be reading from, Compassion Conquers All, Teachings on the 8 Verses of Mind Transformation, Sam Rinpoche. And today I will be reading from verse 6. Your enemy is the provider of all your virtue. This will be from page 98. 99. And before I go to my reading, as usual, I'd like to share a picture of the Buddha with you. And here is the picture. I've always admired those people who could, use their imagination to like paint or draw really beautiful, nice Buddha pictures. So, okay, let's go to my reading. Verse 6, page 99. And if someone I have helped, one for whom I had great hopes, harms me without slightest reason, may I view him as my holy guru. Again, I repeat. And if someone I have helped, one for whom I had great hopes, harms me without slightest reason, may I view him as my holy guru. Shantideva tells us that our enemies are the providers of our true virtue. When a person that you have benefited and you have placed great hope in hurts you, it is not that person who hurts you. It is your wrong intent, wrong motive, and wrong projection towards that person that has hurt you. You have projected onto that person. You have labeled that person, I have helped them, therefore they have to help me. You have a secret expectation. So it is your projection of how that person should treat you and not fulfilling that projection that has hurt you and not that person. If you don't put wrong projections on other people, you will not suffer. If you accept others as they are, for who they are and what they are without succumbing to projections, you will not be disappointed. The disappointments in life regarding other people are the projections we put on others of how we think they should be, how they should act, how they should practice, how they should talk, how they should eat, how they should react, and when they don't fulfill that expectation, they are bad. We have to get them back. They are not good. No. You have received that harm because of your own negative karma. You have created the results because if that person is truly bad, everybody must see that person as bad or that object as bad. Certainly, there are some people who love that person and there are some who hate that person, which means that the love and hate is not intrinsically that person but your projection of that person. A simple example, if there is a yellow flower, everybody will see it as yellow unless they are colorblind. So when you see that flower and you see it as yellow, or when you see the beautiful golden pendant hat of J. Rinpoche as yellow, if that object is inherently yellow itself, then everybody will see it as yellow. But when we see a person and we say they are bad, or they are not good, or they are good, it is not that they are bad or they are good. It is our projection of that person. And our projection and our view of that person may not always be accurate because we are not filled with compassion. We are not filled with wisdom. We don't have such positive karma to see the true reality of other people or to see their karma. So when we get disappointed with people or people supposedly hurt us, it is not that person. And if you react, it shows your deep ignorance and very strong wrong and negative conditioning and your negative reactions to your own negative projection. So even if that person is negative, let's presuppose and hypothetically say that that person is negative and they have wronged us. It still does not give us the permission to wrong them. So either way, we are wrong. Either way, we collect negative karma. But basically, most sufferings come about from our wrong projection, our expectation of how a situation should be. We think, oh, I have a girlfriend, she's wonderful, she's beautiful, she's fabulous, she's loyal, she's honest, she's hardworking, she's smart, she's clean, she's neat, she's efficient, she's beautiful, she's fabulous. That's why I love her. You get married, she's a slob, she never cleans up, she takes a bath once a week, she has a bad temper, she won't wash your socks, you have to do it yourself. And right after you got married, she gained 30 pounds. Surprise! You are not disappointed. Sorry, you are disappointed. You are disillusioned. You suddenly find you don't love her anymore. The reason why marriages have difficulties and sometimes unfortunately fall apart, or relationships between men and women do not work out in a worldly term, is because of all the projections we have put on that person and that relationship. And it did not fulfill our projections. Our wife should be like that. Our wife should be like this. She should act like that. She should act like this. He should be like that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, she's not like this. She's not like that. So cut it out. Accept her as she is. It is the very projection you put on that person, and when they don't fulfill the projection, you suffer. You cry, you become depressed. Who is at fault? Unfortunately, we work and act out of our projections. We feel a person should be nice to us, and if they are not, we abuse them, we fight back, we round up people against them. We have a hate campaign against that person, yet we never win. It shows clearly our negative state of mind, our lack of understanding, our lack of compassion, our lack of patience and practice, and our lack of realization of the kindness of enemies, of people that abuse us. So in fact, we should see that person as a great teacher. What type of teacher? Someone who teaches you what you should not act like. They are giving you a chance to see your state of mind in that condition, in that situation. So we need to stop projecting what we feel, what we want, what we think that person should be, and instead accept that person for what they are, who they are and how they are. If we can accept that and be with them, a lot of our problems are solved. If we cannot, and we accept this, and wish this and wish that, and want that, and that, and that, we suffer. We are suffering and we will continue to suffer. No one is perfect. No one is wonderful. The conditions for someone to be perfect are impermanent. The conditions for someone to be imperfect are impermanent too. Don't be attached to either. Don't be attached to someone who is not nice and harp on it and think about it and think about the abuse that they have given you, because it is impermanent. They can change. You can change. Hopefully you change before they do. People who are wonderful could become not wonderful. So don't be attached to them. Be detached, knowing that it is impermanent and both situations will stop, will end. Your projections on those situations will create suffering, and your reaction in regards to your projections will increase it even more. Let's start accepting people for what they are and how they are. Let's have compassion. If they need help, help them. And sometimes we can help them by just not reacting and not fighting back. Sometimes we can help them more by not fighting or reacting and just letting it go. Even if we have to do it 100 times, because it helps us. Because if we can do it 100 times, it shows us we are advancing, we are getting better. So this is the meditation that Rinpoche recommends. And it's some steps that you can meditate on while you're doing it. So the questions are, what would it be like to perceive the deepest hurt as the highest teacher? To realize that while there is a place in me that can be hurt, I'm not free of personal motives, and to be grateful to those who in this way invite me to rediscover unconditional freedom and love. How would my body feel? How would my emotions feel? How would my heart and mind feel? How would I interact with them? Allow yourself to breathe in these liberating energies and relax within them. Let them become one with you. So those are the questions that during meditation you can ask yourself based on this verse, which is verse 6. And let me reiterate the verse. And if someone I have helped, one for whom I had great hopes, harms me without slightest reason, may I view him as my holy guru. And with that, I will end the sharing session today. And thank you for sharing your time with me. And I do hope that you will meditate on this verse, because it is a very powerful verse that once you realize the meaning of it, you will definitely have a more settled mind, better peace of mind. So all these verses, the 8 verses, are very powerful, and in realizing them, you are actually really on the path to enlightenment. So thank you again for sharing your time with me, and I will end this session with a completion dedication in Tibetan. Jangjub Senjo Rinpoche, Make Panam Geishi, Ge Panam Pame Payang, Goni Gondo Pewashu, Toni Toa Rinpoche, Make Panam Geishi, Ge Panam Pame Payang, Goni Gondo Pewashu, Dasu Jini Sapagi Wadi, Tantandro Waguna Gampadang, Jepa Jesu no Santrapai, Tamping in Porindu Sa Se Sho, Ge Wakuntu Yandala Madan, Drami Choki Panalon Chochi, Sadam Nangi Yaterazone, Doji Changi Opangatus, Ge Wadi, Yududa, Lamasangi Drione, Drowachika Malupa, De Salago Pashu, Joki Galpusungapa. Cho sunam pape wala ge kisama siwadang tungki malu sangwasho dadam songi dosundan drewa songi latene ge walo santrapai tampayu riva gyushi ni modele sendele ni migunyandele shi ni sintatu dele pa kunju sungi jingilo kunju sungi ngodroso kunju sungi trasi sho jesu nama kusen rapting ching nam katrini chocho ke pada lo sam tempe dromi sungi droe munsa tatu ni gyushi Gawe rawe ko wishin kam den ben dan deo ma lu gyo ne cheren se wan ten sing get so yi sha pe shi de ba du den yu shi hom tom pe ngo tru ma lu pa den de da la sel du so ko dan den pa long shot nam ke pa so shik shok den sel. Thank you again for sharing your time with me, and I do hope that you'll revisit my previous verses, which is verse 1 to 5, and then you can contemplate on each of the verse and meditate on it, and hopefully that you put it into practice to really understand the full meaning of it. And thank you again. Hope that you share your time with me for my next session.